Hi, I'm Dr. Montagna. We're continuing this talk on a series on Lyme disease. This talk's going to be about some of the things we got to overcome for healing. So when we start to look at the problems that are out there and that really need to overcome to keep us getting sick, 40 to 70% of the studies that clinicians are basing their treatments on are false. They've been lied to. So have you. So we all have. And it's a real difficult issue because in believing a lie, it helps perpetuate the same thing. But they don't really have access to a better model because this is what's being promoted. Then with that, the experts in the arena are misinformed. When they're misinformed, they're unprepared to deal with things. We looked at the issue of the education, not dealing with chronic illness issues, which is the prevalent side of Lyme disease, is just acute. The lab tests have been shown to be completely inadequate to be accurate and rely on. The treatments, as we've seen, can make a person a whole bunch worse. There's candida and other pathogens that can go on with that. Leaky gut, leaky brain, toxicity, all that overloads the liver, creates food intolerances, psychological disorders, hormonal disruptions. We looked at from the first one. This really becomes a nightmare in a hurry. Well, some of the things that affect that is how we eat. This is looking at a study where there's a huge increase in the toxicity levels inside the gut and throughout the body when we have a typical American meal, Western style meal. High fat, lots of protein, very little veggies, bunch of carbs. That's a typical Western style meal. We contrast that to some of the other studies out there that are looking at more natural means to address infective issues. Here's a study showing a decrease in Herxheimer reactions and inhibition of biofilms growing with a concoction of a bunch of natural products in there. Then we look at other studies that show that herbs, they benefit multiple organs and multiple organ systems while they do their antimicrobial work in weakening pathogens that are afflicting us quite a bit. Here's another study showing a concoction of a bunch of natural herbs against some of the most strongest infective agents out there, and fairly strong concentrations when the study started. This is all in a lab setting. Within a week, virtually all these have pretty much died, and they don't return back. Now that's in a lab setting. Our bodies aren't quite that efficient, but it does get the point across that there's natural ways to do this that don't give all the complicating factors to deal with the same issues, and when we figure out the right combination, it's very effective. Gerald Mullins and Madonna Swift from Johns Hopkins University, they did a study testing some natural products with some of the strongest broad-spectrum antibiotics we got, rifaximin, and they found the natural products to be just as effective as the strong antibiotics. Another interesting study is the whole issue of autoimmunity that commonly goes on with chronic illness. Their studies have been around since 2008 in the American Journal of Pathology, showing that autoimmunity can be arrested or reversed. It can be stopped when you fix the gut. So that's really a huge issue. And this is looking at a guy's work, Charles Pollock, when he just died a little while ago. For those of you who really like paleo, he was a paleo advocate. He died at 59 from a second heart attack, and granted there's a genetic factor there, but it puts in question some dietary issues. There's problems with fad diets. But what he did with his lifetime is he started looking at different people and noticing that different people with different hormonal dysfunctions had different body shapes, and he mapped those out so that if you if you understand how he does that, you can look at somebody and just tell where their hormonal dysfunctions are. That has a significant impact on how everything works inside of our body and how we heal. A person with adrenal insufficiency is going to be different than somebody who's hyperreactive in adrenal. If the hyperreactivity is short-lived, that's one thing. If it's long-lived, it's going to burn out all the other kind of processes. Thyroid dysfunction is going to not give us enough energy to heal. It really changes the whole picture. So we're back to Mark Twain. It ain't what you don't know that gets you into trouble. It's what you know for sure that just ain't so. So with all of this, we put all this together. It really paints a picture that we absolutely need a different model. Some people have figured that out. We have a system where we figured that out. We've got a different model where we can find things fairly accurately, and the very means that we use to find things allows us to address those and test those out before anybody even tries anything. They know before they get up off the table and we're doing an evaluation whether a treatment's going to work or not because of the changes that go on inside their body. So that's really a huge thing. If you like this video, hit the like down below, subscribe to our channel. We'll be back with more videos and more subjects. Thanks.